What's good, viewer? This is Spanky. Today I've got the alien Ripley figure with her little meow kitty cat. She's got a flamethrower with her. I don't really remember her having a flamethrower in the first movie, but apparently she did. I don't think that they would just release a bunch of alien figures and then all of a sudden put one alien's Ripley in there. So I'm pretty sure these are all from the first movie. I just don't remember her carrying a flamethrower in the first movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. And I've seen Aliens plenty of time, but only Alien maybe once, maybe twice. I know I've seen it once, but maybe twice. So I'm going to stop rambling. Let's open up Ripley. Here's Ripley out of the box. There's some things I really like about this figure, but there's things I don't. The things I don't like are pretty much common NECA faults that almost every NECA figure has. But we'll get to it during our review. We'll talk about it. She can hold her gun with both hands, which I was surprised. I didn't think she'd have enough articulation to actually be able to hold both grips here at the same time. But she can. I don't think she'd actually be able to point it, because I don't think her articulation will allow her to have it against her shoulder and also hold this one and look right. It might do. Let's see. It might. I shouldn't speak without fully testing it. You might be able to do it. It'll be tough. It looks pretty good. So they did pretty good on that part. She can actually point her weapon and look the way she's looking at it. But she can't like holster it against her chest like you would a real gun. That's if you know what I'm saying. Looking at the gun real quick, you got some really nice detail here. I like the fact that they added what looks like triggers, kind of something you'd squeeze and let the flamethrower go. You know, it looks really cool. It looks futuristic. These are kind of flimsy on there. It looks like they're in a little joint. I don't want to pull them, but it looks like they come off pretty easily. Kind of got a weird glittery look to it. I'm not sure why it has a glitter. That's kind of weird if you ask me. I guess in the future everything has glitter on it. That's kind of really weird if you ask me. I don't know if you can see it on camera. You might be able to. There's like a shiny blue glitter, which is kind of, it is weird. It's not kind of weird. It is weird. Anyways, that's the gun. We'll first look at the head. She's got really nice hair sculpt. This is some really realistic looking hair. Really. And the face sculpt, she looks close enough to Sigourney Weaver as she was young. It's good enough. You know, I couldn't do any better, so I guess I'm not going to complain or, you know, talk bad about it. But, you know, I am paying for the figure, so they should do the best they can. That's not an excuse. Anyways, she can look down pretty far enough for this type of figure. She can't look up at all because the hair blocks it. And also another thing, I like the way the hair kind of just fleshes well with the rest of her body. You can see that it looks like it's actually resting on her back, and I like that. That's not really something you see on figures much. It's just it looks flesh. It looks natural. Yeah, that's the word. You know, face sculpt, paint apps are really good. No complaints at all on any of the paint apps on this figure. The skin tone looks great. It feels like a weird softy plastic. Not weird, but it's just weirder than we normally get. It feels fine, but it feels softer for some reason. I don't know why. It smells good too. It smells plastic. Ah, fresh plastic smell. Anyway, she's got lots of great detail. You can see those look like flight wings right here. You can't see because it's not zooming. I bet you wish you could see. So you can kind of, there it goes. And then on the side, we got some writing here, and it all came out looking really good. I mean, how'd they get it that small and come out that good? It's just kind of impressive. It reads UCSS Nostromo. I guess that's the ship she's on. I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't seen the show in a long time, and I've only seen it once. We got some pretty neat looking zipper belts, zipper pouches here. I think just everything sculpt wise, this figure is definitely a 10. I cannot complain about the sculpt whatsoever. And when I was talking about negatives, it's the articulation. And most NECA figures don't have amazing articulation, and that's pretty common. So I guess I can't really complain about that because I knew and I was expecting it. Shoulder articulation wise, she goes all the way around. It's pretty basic stuff right there, and it's really good. No complaints on the shoulders, single jointed elbows, which is fine. Where I really have the complaints is on the wrist, and I think the reason why they did these weird joints here, it's just kind of like a mini ball joint, if you can see, and you can't get any of this type of motion out of it. It kind of just mostly swivels, and that'd be my most prevalent complaint. But I think the reason why they did it was because look how flesh it looks with the rest of the mold. You can barely even tell there's a joint there. You know, speaking figure-wise, you know, you're always going to be able to tell there's a joint unless it's just a solid mold, but they did a really good job making that look flesh as well. So they had to sacrifice the articulation, so to speak, to, you know, make a better looking mold. Kind of appealing to more than one collector, I guess. Not everyone's a figure photographer, and not everyone wants to get a whole bunch of articulation. Some people just like to put it in their DTOF and that's it, or their shelf, whatever. Zoom, jeez. Just more great molds. Even here in the back, you see the zipper stuff. Jumpsuit. She ain't really got much of a butt, but leg articulation. She can go back that far. She can go up that far. Go back that far, up that far. Not much there. Single jointed knees, not much there either. And I was kind of disappointed because they did the same thing with the wrists as they did with the feet. I'm not going to pull it apart, but it's the same kind of joint. It looks like it's an ankle rocker, but it's not. It can't really go up or down. That's as much as you're going to get out of it, and it wouldn't even probably stay. But it will swivel at least, so all you're really getting there is a swivel, which doesn't really add or take away from anything, and that's kind of, it's whatever. Again, it looks flesh, it looks nice. Mold wise, this figure is absolutely gorgeous, especially, I mean, the detail right here is pretty crazy. I can brag about the mold all day, and you know, like I said, my complaints are the articulation, but everything else I think outweighs that. It's definitely a great figure. And the last but not least, her pussy is really nice. That pussy right there. Sorry guys. Whew. I'm not even funny. Don't laugh. Because I'm not laughing. I think this little cat is kind of a disappointment. I'd rather go and buy like one of those cats you can find at the store. I don't know who they're made by, but I think if you've been to any toy store, you've probably seen how they make like molds of animals and dinosaurs. It's just this one looks kind of weird. I'm not too thrilled about the neck. It does look a little weird. At least you can move the tail without it losing balance, and you can move the head without it losing balance, but it just, the head doesn't look right. Yeah, the neck's too thick or something, but it's alright for what it is. But like I said, I'll probably go and look for like another similar looking cat if I can find one. But that's just a minor complaint. Because overall, glitter and weird looking cat, I would still recommend this figure for about 20 bucks at Toys R Us. I paid 25 at a local comic shop, and I'm pretty happy about it. Because we've been waiting for this Sigourney Weaver figure for a long time. For the longest time, she wouldn't give us her likeness rights. She wouldn't give toy makers her likeness rights. At least that's what I think the story goes. You know, that's why there really was never any figures, and that's why we can't get any of the other Marines from Aliens, because likeness rights. So before I get to blabbering too much, I just want to thank you all for watching, and tune in for my next review, and thank you. Peace out.